We kick off today's episode with REMAX. REMAX is a franchised real estate brand with a rich history, a worldwide presence, and a reputation for having the most productive and trusted agents in the business. Climb on board their legendary balloon and join us as we get to know REMAX.
REMAX is an incredible success story. It started right here in Denver, Colorado 50 years ago by our co-founders Dave and Gail Leniger, and it revolutionized the real estate business. It was really combining a maximum commission concept with the highest level of professionalism that today has created the highest producing real estate agents, and it's a perfect combination to help buyers and sellers with what is the largest transaction that most people will go through in their lifetimes.
Our model attracts high-performing, top-producing professionals in the industry. We have a culture of cooperation, a culture of professionalism, a network of people that love to share and help lift people up. So that, I believe, differentiates us from most others in our industry.
We have our foundation from 5 decades ago that we continue to live upon, but the secret is how we continue to adapt. The real estate market today is different than 50 years ago. It'll be different 50 years from now. But as long as we stay tried and true to our foundation, we continue to adapt and innovate. That's what's going to continue our growth in the future.
When you combine an agent's power that they have with their own sphere and in their own marketplace with our powerhouse brand, our education, our tools, our resources, our systems that we have, something magical happens and they become more professional and more productive in their own market centers.
When agents help each other, they get better concepts, they get better marketing, they get better tools, and that ultimately makes the consumer have a better experience.
REMAX has been successful in the expansion. We're in over 110 countries and territories, and we are over 140,000 affiliates that are standing behind the brand around the globe. Successful development abroad starts when you remove the borders and you remove the limitations of a company. It isn't easy. It's actually something that takes a lot of focus, a lot of commitment, and you have to be focused on localizing your brand into the market that you're going into. It isn't accepted in all countries, and it's sometimes a model that we have to introduce, but we have been successful in integrating the REMAX model into a lot of these markets that you wouldn't anticipate REMAX being in.
REMAX on a national level supports ARIA, which is the Asian Real Estate Association of America, and NARREP, as well as the Alliance. And so being associated with a brand that values diversity, equity, and inclusion, not only on a local but national level, is very, very important to our communities in which we work with. Home ownership is more than just one house or one transaction. It's about generational change.
That red, white, and blue REMAX balloon is floating over 110 countries throughout the world, representing our organization, our broker owner network, our regional owners, our agents, and ultimately the consumers that we serve.
From systems and technology and support, there's so much that REMAX brings to the table. Having the credibility of a global brand like REMAX, unless you've been a part of REMAX, I don't think you can possibly understand how valuable that element is. Significant. When you walk into a room and somebody sees the balloon on your chest, nobody wonders what you do for a living, and that's powerful as a newer agent or as a broker owner.
In the United States and Canada, REMAX is voted the most trusted real estate agent. And think about it, when you're dealing with your biggest asset, buying or selling a piece of property or your home, you want to trust the person that you're working with and have that trusted advisor. And it's that combination that continues to drive the growth of this company. REMAX is all about people being in business for themselves, but just not by themselves. And that is kind of the secret sauce of REMAX.
One of the things I'm most passionate about, an initiative we just launched, is Max Recruit. This is a complete ecosystem for our team leaders, our brokers, their managers, their recruiters, to learn how to be unstoppable in their recruitment and retention efforts.
It provides coaching in a group, coaching individually. all kinds of things to help guide them through their journey of building and growing their REMAX franchise.
Max Recruit is brand new for us, and this is our commitment to a continuation of growth. We've been based on 50 years of growth, and in order to continue to do that, we're here to support our network of broker owners and agents. And so we've put together the most comprehensive growth platform for our broker owners that we've ever seen in our 50-year history. And it's all designed for people to take advantage of the tools, the resources, the accountability to find the best real estate agents in their market and invite them to be part of this brand in their company. What does the next 50 years of REMAX look like? It's going to be based on our last 50, but with the idea that we continue to grow, we continue to adapt, we continue to innovate, and that means we'll continue to serve buyers and sellers in the most professional, highest capacity that we can. I'm Nick Bailey, President and CEO at REMAX, and I'm trending today.
Kinetic detection is a science-based method for selecting, training, and employing dogs for the identification of body-worn and concealed carry explosives or firearms. Find out how this team is keeping your children safe in school.
Paws on Patrol was really designed to be what I call a paw-powered mobile detection device. So a dog is really technology, and then that technology is packaged in this Labrador Retriever. It's the type of dog that's cute, floppy-eared. That's the art and science of detection dog work. Putting the right dog in the right setting, training them to be an enhanced firearms capable dog, and then having the impact is really about changing the educational environment. Students feel safer when they come to school, and that safer environment creates a better learning situation for kids to be in at school, and that's how school should be, right? You should come to school to want to learn, not to be concerned about your safety. And dogs help do that.
I've worked with kinetic dogs for a while now because we have them on the police department already. Most of your floppy-eared dogs are more oriented towards that because the public, it doesn't fear them as much as a pointy-eared dog, the traditional police dog. The other thing is they need to be independent and they need to be able to follow odor. Your game dogs, like your Labradors, your pointers, your hunting dogs, those types of dogs have an innate ability to kind of pursue an odor and track it and take you to the source.
Ferris unique. Like he's with a being a Paws on Patrol dog, he has that kinetic ability to smell, firearms and explosives as they're moving through the environment. And so Ferris was imprinted on a particular chemical inside of gunpowder that he picks up on, and he's able to source that from in the air and take it to the strongest point, which is at source or at a person who's carrying it or an object.
Most mornings we come to school and we'll post up by one of the entrances, and every day there's students that come by and they'll give Amos treats or pet him, and we talk briefly about having a good day, and I think that's really important. They really see Amos as more of a friend than like a police dog or a canine.
The Paws on Patrol program first got rolled out as a consortium. It was a group of public safety professionals, both at the City of Auburn, the Auburn Police Department, Auburn High School, and then our company, Global Canine Protection Group. We came together as a public and private sector focused on mitigating the risk of guns coming into schools, gun violence, and active shooter situations on a school campus. That was really designed for other schools to be able to share that information. And in the sharing of that information, we were able to create what's called a roadmap. And a roadmap is a phased approach to building a program, getting the right people together, putting a program in a school, and then monitoring the progress of that program, and then having follow-up milestones.
Well, the impact that it's having on the school district is more than just this past year. This campus that we're on, Auburn High School, has served as a training facility for some of the drills that Global Canine executes with their detection dogs. So we're very proud to have that partnership with Global Canine, as well as our local public safety, Auburn Police Department, Auburn Fire Department, and having a detection dog on campus is just one more added layer of safety and security for our students and staff.
There's 3,200 students at this school. The vast majority of them would never think to bring a gun to school. This allows them to have a safe environment without penalizing over 3,000 kids who would never bring a gun to school. We could make the school safe if we made them, a prison camp, metal detectors and patted people down as they came in, and secondary searches of all bags. But that just penalizes those good kids that just want to learn, want to come here and be successful. And so by having a piece of technology like Ferris that can detect guns without being intrusive to those that would never bring a gun to school anyway, that to ensure the physical safety, but also the emotional safety of all the other kids at the school.
Having Amos just in a time where school shootings are going on very often, you just feel so much more secure, and he's always there just observing and making sure that nobody is trying to cause harm or in harm's way. And it's just truly just such a sense of security having him in a school, and you don't feel scared. You just kind of feel more at home, which is, I think, what school's supposed to be.
I've always said, I don't know if I've ever had a gun on campus. I don't know. But I know that having him here, we haven't had one since. So to me, I think saying that, it only takes, one experience, and it would be worth what being spent on this program and probably times 100. If school safety is important to you, it's one of the best things you can do.
Paws on Patrol is a different detection system than any other in the United States based on its technology. The oil factor is much stronger than a metal detector or a wand that you can get things past. And that canine, it won't get past the canine.
Last year, 2022, there were 57 school shootings. In 2023, just in the month of January, there's been 6 school shootings, 8 people either injured or killed in the first month of the year. So as we think about what Paws on Patrol can do, the impact that a Paws on Patrol dog can have in a school, it's in direct mitigation and intervention of someone bringing a firearm onto a campus. And then more importantly, it's about the education piece. So it's how that dog makes kids feel when they come to school so that they feel safe and secure. It's really, a kid should be coming to school to learn, not to be concerned for their safety or well-being. This technology allows you. My name is Michael Larkin. I'm the Vice President of Commercial Services at Global Canine Protection Group, and I'm trending today.
Tommy Bahama is a relaxed island lifestyle brand.
There is so much to love about this brand, and that's what brought me across the country, and was really excited about the artistry, the heritage, and all the beautiful quality and craftsmanship that this brand had to offer.
The Tommy Bahama brand, at its core, still looks at this travel and leisure sportswear as so important to us, but we've become so much more. Where we originally started as a men's wholesale brand, we are now a direct-to-consumer brand.
Tommy Bahama really set in motion that entire transformation of our company from being a private label manufacturer to being a direct-to-consumer branded company that has a direct and emotional relationship with the end consumer.
Fortuna is a veteran-owned scaling optimization consultancy committed to helping companies reach their full potential by placing people at the heart of every business growth plan. We travel to Fayetteville, North Carolina to meet with the Fortuna team.
I am Jack Smith. I am the CEO of Fortuna BMC. We are an IT consulting and staffing company at our heart, but really who we are is a company that values veterans and employs veterans on a daily basis. We are a disabled veteran-owned and a hub-zone business, and we take that very, very seriously. And we take our talents and our skills where the communities matter most and where they need the help. And here in Fayetteville, we were able to find a community that was ready to connect to their veterans and veterans that were ready to connect to their community.
This is important to plan capacity because I'm a San Diego resident. San Diego has a large homeless population. 65% of the people on the street in the city of San Diego are actually veterans. By me coming here to Fayetteville, we are actually feeding directly off the veteran pipeline of veterans coming out of service and giving them direct jobs. What's going on is their skills aren't being recognized in other fields. What we're helping to do is give them direct responsibility jobs and giving them a set of skills that they can take out in the workforce.
Fortuna BMC is the poster child for the type of early stage, rapidly growing, technology-focused company that we're looking to have brought here and to have grow here. And so we're very excited about the example they're setting for our local economy. Being home to the world's largest military installation by population, with more than 85 different nationalities and languages spoken in our community. It's a unique place here in Fayetteville. Often we say, you never meet a stranger. And so Fortuna has tapped into that. We admire and appreciate those that serve today, but more than anything, we want to take care of them and their families when that service is done. And Fortuna is providing jobs for those soldiers, for military spouses, often that stay here, but that they can take with them as well, should their careers move them beyond Fayetteville.
So I've been in IT since I was 12 years old. I remember where I was when my parents bought me my first computer. And I taught myself how to program. I learned how computers work, and I was hooked. I got out of the service. As I became a disabled veteran-owned business and grew my career, I met a bunch of veterans that were transitioning out of the service and struggling to find connection, to find community, to find purpose. And that's what Fortuna is really built to do, is to connect our veterans to purpose and to community.
I'm Mayor Mitch Colvin, Mayor of the City of Fayetteville, third-term mayor. We are neighbors to the largest military base in the world, with Fort Bragg. You know, we have brave men and women who come in and out of our community to serve our community, and many of them call Fayetteville home after their careers are over. And so it is very important to us. They're an intricate part of our community and our constituency, and I wanted to continue to make this a place that they desire to live even after their military service. First thing, they brought 300 plus job opportunities to our community, and that's huge. They certainly have a pipeline of opportunities for our veterans and their families, which are very important to us, and they are in a space that we are continuing to make investments and continuing to move forward to look into the next generation and to build that workforce.
I've been in consulting for over 30 years. I said I would never take a job. I met Fortuna BMC. Their passion, their mission, and the fact that they literally do what they say they're going to do. I've worked with a lot of companies that I really loved on a consulting basis that have a project for veterans. They have a department for veterans. Fortuna BMC is for veterans. So every single decision that comes down from the executive staff is looked at on how does this affect the veteran population, and not only the veterans, but their military spouses. When I was offered a job with Fortuna, that little person on the shoulder said, I don't want a job. And the other part of me said, but everything they know, love, and do is what you love and do. And so it was a 5-minute decision.
Whenever you enter into NC Works, whether it's for a career, whether it's for going back to school, or whether it's transitioning to another career, we're able to assist you. Fortuna is one of the ones that we partnered with. So whenever we refer them over to Fortuna, we know that they are career bound. We know that they are going to receive the services that they need. They'll be able to start a meaningful career. That's a true success.
We are working on a military spouses initiative with Fortuna. We're just here to make sure our military spouses know that they have the same opportunities as their spouse counterpart, because as a military spouse, you're moving all the time. A military person will get to the job and they have 72 hours to get indoctrinated into the new base, into the city. That 72 hours, we can get you to know anything you need to know in those 72 hours that the military gives their service members.
This program is important because it helps veterans understand that they are valued, that they do not have to start from zero. What Fortuna has done for me is made me understand my value and put me in a position that I'm happy with and can continue with my lifestyle, and better.
One of the best reasons to hire veterans is their tenacity, right? Success happens not overnight, but with consistency. And if you serve our country and you have a DD-214, then you know how to be consistent, follow the rules, and accomplish a mission. And whatever mission you give a veteran, if you get clear, concise, operational objectives, they will be successful. Maybe not the first time, but they won't give up until they figure it out. I am Jack Smith, CEO of Fortuna BMC, and we are trending today.
Custom-made apparel, athletic partnership, love of the game. Let's meet the Primos who are changing the game in golf apparel.
My name is Matty Gay. I am one of the co-founders here at Primo. Primo has just been an awesome journey for us. We started, we're about to hit 3 years.
Kirk Williamson, I'm the older of the four. You know, starting was You know, it was an interesting thing. The basement days, those are fun times to think back on. And I have to give a lot of credit to my wife on that one. She stepped up and she took on all of the fulfillment for that first year. Very quickly, it became too big for her to manage on her own, but she did a great job.
My name is Jason Williamson. I'm one of the Primo founders, but mostly what I do is I focus on inventory, making sure we get the reorders properly on that. I do a lot of our digital marketing.
My name's Jordan. I'm one of the 4 Primos. My role at Primo, I'm like over the warehouse, customer service, you know, building wholesale accounts and starting on Amazon. When we first started Primo, you know, Maddie was wearing these joggers and they had the draw strings. And he's like, man, how come nobody makes, you know, good looking joggers with belt loops? And so that's what we did. We went right when COVID was starting, golf was getting hot.
Around the time I went full-time, I decided that I was gonna go into Shields and see if there was any opportunity for us to get our apparel in there. I went up to the golf section and I found the manager, who's Marie, and you know, I asked her, I was like, hey, we sell these golf joggers. Do you think you guys might be interested in carrying them? And she was super nice, but I didn't know if she was just being nice because all Shields employees are super nice.
My name is Marie Taylor. I work at the Sandy Shields location. I was the golf clothing shop manager when I met Maddie with Primo. I was running late to lunch and I was ready. I called my manager and I was like, hey, I'll be back in 30 minutes. And Maddie actually stopped me and he's like, hey, is there someone here that's I can talk to you about my golf clothing? I was like, that's me. I was starving, but I was like, you know what? We take care of the customer here. And I was like, yeah, let's talk. And he showed me his website and we just started talking. He was wearing some golf joggers right there. And I was like, these are awesome. Like, these are so cool. So we talked and I was like, yeah, give me your information, email me. I'll talk to my supervisor and see if this is something we want to bring in. I remember running to my car. Like I said, I was starving. Went to Wendy's and looked up Primo in the car. And in that 30 minutes, I got back to the store and I just like demanded that we brought Primo in. I was like, this is a missed opportunity in the golf clothing industry. I think this will just blossom, it'll grow, and I think we need to be the ones to bring them in.
She actually got us into the store a couple weeks later. And pretty quickly, our joggers started selling really well.
Long story short, we brought them in. They were in our store for a couple weeks. Then another store saw them on our top sellers. They brought them in, and within a year, they were within every Shields. Now they're one of our top selling golf pants. We just needed something that we could look professional in, yet comfortable in, and Primo was that.
So getting into Shields obviously has been so cool for our brand, but we're actually mostly an e-commerce company, and it's been really important for us to kind of build a social media presence, specifically on Instagram. So from the beginning, we've kind of identified social media influencers, I guess you could say.
I'm Mac Boucher from Toronto, Canada. I've been playing golf for about kind of 13 years or so, played professionally, and I'm kind of more in the social media golf world now. So I signed with them about 2 years ago now. I was teaching in a course back in Canada, reached out to them, saw their stuff, and was like, I'd love to try them out. They sent me a bunch of pairs and we just built that relationship right away. I just want to feel like it's an athletic fit, I guess, and that's something that they've done a really, really good job at, is making an athletic pant that you can wear to and from golf, not just for golf. They love hearing the feedback, and I think as a new brand, you need to be capable of accepting feedback, and I think that shows how good they are of people, because they're just very, very accepting of what people need and what people want.
In addition to that, we've also worked with professional athletes and golfers at pretty much every level. And we now have a few golfers on the PGA Tour, which for us is a huge deal.
We're just a couple of normal dudes who really love golf. One big key is that I think people can sense that we have a true passion for the game.
We are so excited for the future of Primo. As I've mentioned, we're about to hit 3 years, and the business is much bigger than we expected. Our product line is bigger, and we've got a lot of really big plans. In fact, coming this year, we're gonna be launching our women's line, which we put a lot of time and effort in, and we really wanna get it right. But in addition to that, we find it really important to work closely with our athletes. All of the apparel that we design with their input. So at the heart of everything that we do it right alongside these athletes that have real opinions and that are actually competing in this apparel. So while, of course, we want it to be comfortable and stuff that you can wear all the time, the fact that the heart of our company is in golf shows people that we're really serious. And They know that when they're buying Primo apparel, it's legit. And a lot of time, effort, and thought was put into every single piece that we deliver. So we're really excited about the future. We're just planning to continue to release new products, new styles, and continue to be a force in the golf industry.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Trending Today. For information on these brands and more, visit the sites on your screen and join us next time on Trending Today.
All right, Trending Today. Hope that was hot enough for you.